make or break season for you. He's got to make an impact.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. Look, it's Monday. It's August 12th. We're breezing through again. I keep saying this because summer is basically gone, right? We're moving forward. We're getting ready. People are excited now. Get their kids back in school. We're rocking and rolling. But before we go into all that craziness today, I just want to say, get your coffee ready. I hope all you guys have an excellent Monday morning because it's a lot to talk about. The Dallas Cowboys, what they did yesterday. We're going to dive into that. The preseason games, what the lineups look like. And more importantly today, we're going to talk about Dak Prescott, Trey Lance. The quarterback battle. Do they have a quarterback battle? And when I say that, it isn't just, hey, look, Trey Lance had one good game, so now he's fighting for the position and, Dak Prescott's going to lose the job. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the long-term solution out there in Dallas. And people that are going to come in here today that are live, hit the like button, subscribe, get ready to go. This is the live show talking about that. And if you're watching the show after the fact, then also leave a comment and subscribe. Leave a message in here so people know that you were here to see the conversation. Now, obviously, Trey Lance, Dak Prescott, a lot going on. Let's dive into it and talk about it right now. So more importantly, Dallas Cowboys versus Los Angeles Rams reaction. What I saw, what we saw together live for the play-by-play. If you were there watching the game, then you saw it with me. Lots of people in there, had over 12,000 views. A lot of people were in there hanging out for the watch party. It was a lot of fun. We're growing. We're building for the preseason, getting ready to move into the regular season as soon as possible, obviously. So look, let's talk about this for a second. The reaction to it, playing some starters. Obviously, Dak didn't play. Matthew Stafford didn't play. But it was nice to see Trey Lance came into the game. And before we go to that, we even had Cooper Rush in the game. But it was like, he's there, he's gone. Like Cooper Rush, he played like, it felt like he was there for like a down. And he was out of there. So I'm just saying right now, all of a sudden, Trey Lance pops in the game. They gave him a chance, and then Cooper Rush obviously was like, okay, I guess either he got benched or he was only supposed to play one drive because that was it for him, and then Trey Lance pops in and was pretty phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people saw Trey Lance play with the 49ers, drafted third pick overall, went there, was the starting quarterback. Let's not forget it. He was the starting quarterback of the Niners. We'll get to that in a second. But what I saw overall, some mistakes, but it was a more interesting game. It was exciting to watch, and I love to see Dak Prescott on the field to see what he could do to get started, but we didn't get a chance to see him. So what happened was we saw some of the backups. Now, here's the question. I'm going to move into it right now. Part of the reaction, but part of the main conversation. Did Trey Lance impress the Cowboys? And that's why I want to say this. Did he impress the Cowboys more than what we think? Because obviously they know Trey Lance. He's been there now for a while. He's been in practice. They got a chance to see him. It's not like it's the first rodeo for the Cowboys to see what he was doing on the field. Obviously, elusive, making plays with his legs, a dual threat quarterback. And why this is important is for many reasons. The Dallas Cowboys have to make a decision for the long haul. In the chat right now, guys, if you're just jumping in, you're part of the Mason Mob, throw the dice in the chat, put the flag in the chat, let people know you guys are there. Trey Lance has an opportunity. And why this is really important is because Dak Prescott's contract will go with that too. How long will he be there? And did the Cowboys go, look, we really like what we saw from Trey Lance on the field, preseason, a chance to play against another team. Was he a lot better than we thought? Right? A lot of people watching were like, oh, we already knew he was elusive. You didn't see him play for a while because he went out there, got injured, was at the 49ers, right? And the people were like, okay, he was the starter though. And that's what I want people to understand. He was the starter. Brock Purdy's balling out there. Remember, it was Trey Lance, then it was Jimmy G, and then it was Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, who's balling out, but Trey Lance beat them both out for the job. So we can't forget how good Trey Lance can possibly be. And people are like, well, what do we do now? It's a quarterback battle. It's a quarterback fight to the finish. That's why you got it on there, quarterback fight. Because moving forward, we're going to talk about the contract. They got to make a decision who's going to be there for the long haul. And when I say quarterback battle and quarterback fight, let me be clear. I'm not just talking about this season. I'm not talking about just right now. I'm talking about the long-term solution for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not just talking about right now because people are like, well, he got in for a preseason game. Dak Prescott starter. Yeah, I already know that. Like we know that's the situation right now. Dak knows the offense, knows the system. He's been there, got paid a shit ton of money. He's working for a bigger contract, obviously an extension. But it's like, are they going to give him that extension, or is this Trey Lance's job for the future? And what I saw yesterday, I'm going to be completely honest with you, I saw a preseason football game, one. So I didn't see, obviously, a lot. We didn't see all the starters on defense. We didn't see all the things that we're going to see in the chat right now. Hashtag NFL, hashtag Cowboys in the chat right now. That's what we're talking about. And who do you think should be the starter? Hashtag them. You could put Trey Lance. You could put Lance. You could put Dak Prescott. Put what you want in the chat. But what I'm saying is this. We know that Dak is the starter right now. We know that. But when they restructured this contract, did Trey Lance put a little bit more of a show on yesterday for the world to see, for fans to see, Dallas Cowboy fans to see, more importantly, and that locker room to go, okay, we know he has the ability. We didn't get a chance to see much of him in the last year and obviously got traded over there and was injured with the 49ers. Why did they get him? This is probably why. You see a guy go back there who's young, a dual threat quarterback, and I seen him out there making plays, handing the ball off, then running play action. And you saw after that first run, he broke a couple tackles, made a couple guys miss, ran for like 13 yards. It was a loss of 5 or 8 or something like that, turned into a gain of 13. That's because Trey Lance has the ability to run with the football. Now, obviously, Dak Prescott can make plays with his legs too. I'm not even going to compare it to Trey Lance. A younger guy, a guy who's ready to ball, ready to get out there and step up and wants to earn a starting spot for the future. Hear that clear. I'm not saying right now. I'm saying for the future when they get ready to make some changes for the Dallas Cowboys. Trey Lance is that guy. I'm telling you right now that people are going to be talking about, and this is the piece of the pie I want to talk about. Dak Prescott and Trey Lance quarterback battle, right? Jerry Jones, what does he think? I know he's got his glasses right there going, okay, I got Dak Prescott on a big-time contract, right? I got to work on extension for him. And then I got Trey Lance, who we cannot forget. Trey Lance will also be one of those guys who won't be there forever, and then he'll be looking at a contract extension. So you got to understand the NFL, like I said, it's what have you done for me lately, and who are you going to put in the game? And if you play Dak Prescott right now, it gives Trey Lance a really good chance, an opportunity to really learn. And I'm telling you, this is a good situation for him right now. Not being able to get hit, stay back there. So these are two opportunities. If you start Dak Prescott this season, Trey Lance gets an opportunity to learn. And in the chat right now, in the live stream, what's going on, guys? Put some cash symbols in the chat. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Jeff Lee. Brandon, good morning to you. Roger, good morning to you. MJW, everyone that's coming in here right now that I didn't say your name. LaFrance, how are you doing? Everybody that's in the live stream, I greatly appreciate you. Yesterday, we had a shit ton of people in here rocking and rolling for preseason. We're getting ready to rock and roll for the regular season. I know you guys ready. Drop your favorite team in the chat right now. Hashtag whatever you got to put because we're moving forward. And if you guys watched yesterday, you guys saw how fast the live stream can grow extremely quickly. Who's coming in? Chrome, what's going on? Chrome is in the building. Chrome, we didn't forget about you, Chrome. We haven't seen you for a while, but we did not forget about you, my brother.
Make some noise!
That's Chrome coming into the building right there. How are you doing? Listen, back to the quarterback conversation right now. Dak Prescott, Trey Lance, quarterback battle. Look, for the long haul, that's what I'm talking about right now. Dak Prescott has a job right now, rightfully so, been there a long time. They have to decide, do we move on the extension for Dak Prescott? Or do we move past Dak Prescott? And someone put this in the live stream yesterday, and they were so right. You trade Dak Prescott and you get a first-round pick, or maybe you get, a first round and a second-round pick, whatever trade you got to do. And you bring in Trey Lance, you got CeeDee Lamb to an extended contract, Michael Parsons, we're going to a second, and you get a second-round pick, you might be able to go out there and build you some weapons around Trey Lance. And this is an important conversation because here's the deal. If you keep Dak Prescott, right, and they have a good season this year, let's just say they have a good season, that's why you keep them, and they get to the playoffs, they win a playoff game, guess what? You're not picking first pick, second pick, third pick, fourth pick. You're picking at the bottom of the barrel, and I'm not saying they're bad players, but you're going to be a 24th pick, 25th pick. You're going to be way down there, so you're not going to get those type of ballers that you might want to get to surround. Candy, good morning to you as well. What's going on in the chat right now? Drop your cities where you're located in the chat so everybody knows where you're located. Put your city, put your state in the live stream right now for people that are watching live and people that will watch this after the show. We got a lot going on. I'm telling you, it's going to be growing crazy on this platform. So here's the deal that I want to say. If I'm the head coach, if I'm Jerry Jones, and there's that picture again, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm looking at this going, okay, we got to make a strong decision. And right now, Dak Prescott is our quarterback. If we're going to keep Dak Prescott, then Trey Lance is going to be a wasted talent on the bench. It's like how they signed Tua, and then you got Skylar Thompson, and you got White behind there, but you don't got Trey Lance over there. if you had Trey Lance as a backup quarterback, he's going to want some money. And after that show he put on and that little stint, look, it wasn't like he was throwing for 200 yards and, 5 touchdowns or 500 yards. I'm just saying he went out there and he did the damn thing out there in front of all those people. There's a lot of teams out there right now that are like, shit, I wish I had Trey Lance. And I'm being honest. I'm not saying that he overly crushed it. I'm just saying the Dallas Cowboys have to say, we're keeping Dak Prescott to a 3-year deal, 4-year deal, and then you're going to have to pay him what? $100 million or something or more, right? Or Dak Prescott can go, you can trade him, and they can pay him the $100 million, and you can get those weapons. And I'm not knocking Dak. That's not part of the show. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not saying that they need to get rid of him. I'm not even putting that on blast. I'm just saying, so you guys hear me, it's a quarterback battle. It's a quarterback fight for the long haul, and the Cowboys got to make a decision on that. That's all I'm saying. Cowboys' issue with Dak's contract, right? Let's be clear. Let's be honest right now. What is their issue with the contract? Here's the biggest issue. He got paid a shit ton of money early on. You're talking, what, 160 or whatever $million. You get paid that kind of money. People are like, okay, you need to be a Super Bowl worthy quarterback. Now, Dak Prescott's getting you to the playoffs. He's getting you to the playoffs, great regular season winner, just not winning playoff games. And I'm not blaming it on Dak. It's defensive issues. It could be coaching issues. Obviously people are talking about McCarthy. Is that a problem? Right. But when you pay a quarterback this large amount of money, okay, we're not talking a little measly dollar sign. We're talking big time dollar signs. And you're like, is my quarterback going to put up for our team? Is he going to make it happen? Is he going to step up with his players? And I got some pictures here I want to pull up just so you guys can see. And this is what you're looking at again. I had this picture before with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, right? And he had some conversations. We're going to go into it in a second about CeeDee Lamb. But there's a lot of questions right now circulating about Dak Prescott. Is he the guy for the long term? If he is, it's not a 1-year deal. You don't sign this guy to a 1-year deal for $30 million or a 1-year deal, $40 million. You know what I'm saying? So the question right now by Clutch Sports, we appreciate it right now, sending us and getting us a chance to get that picture right there. They got some questions, right? And when you have that massive contract, everybody's like, you pay all this money. If they paid him $80 million, which is still a shit ton of money, you guys in the chat, if I gave you $80 million, $100 million, what would you deal with that money right now? If I said, here's a check, $100 million, in the chat right now, what would you buy? Don't hold back. Right now in the chat, let us know right now. And if you're watching this live, drop it. And if you're not watching it live, you're watching it later in the day, put in the chat what the hell you would buy with $100 million or $160 million, which is what Dak Prescott got. So that contract is kind of in the way right now for the Cowboys. It's in the way, and it's like we got to make a decision, and it's sitting right here. Like when you're playing football and those guys go out there and they sign their QB, it's done. Tua is our guy. We're good. Dolphins are good. Tyreek Hill signed. Boom, let's play football. They're moving forward. In preseason, they're rocking and rolling. They're not talking about contracts anymore. A lot of other teams, Jordan Love, big time deal. You're our guy. We're not talking about that anymore. The Dallas Cowboys are talking about a lot of contracts, and they're not just talking about Dak Prescott. They're talking about CeeDee Lamb, okay? And Michael Parsons in a second. How much is CeeDee Lamb worth to the Dallas Cowboys? MJW, what's going on in the chat? In a second, I'm going to pull all your messages up on the screen. As you guys know, if you watch my live in the morning, I pulled up on the screen whatever you guys are talking about. So how much is CeeDee Lamb worth to the Dallas Cowboys in the chat right now? Is he worth, $80 million, $100 million? Should you bring him for a 4-year deal? Is CeeDee Lamb going to be worth a 5-year deal? Do you sign this guy and go, look, he's a young, super talented threat at the wide receiver position? Not many people around the world playing wide receiver are as credible or as good as CeeDee Lamb, and he wants that money. Welcome to the live stream again. Ken Trell, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream, brother. So glad to have you in the chat. But so the question remains, CeeDee Lamb, I got other pictures of him too, coming through the tunnel, making his way out there, trying the ball. He's showing up going, look, man, I deserve some money, right? Like, I deserve some money. And I know he wants to get that big time payday. And then you got Michael Parsons, right? In Law Nation with this picture, we appreciate it. These are some of the problems that the Dallas Cowboys have. They're a good football team. They got a lot of great players, right? Like they have, guys, if you're in the chat right now, the Dallas Cowboys, will they make the playoffs? Yes or no? Put a Y if you think they're going to make the playoffs, and put an N if you think they're not going to make the playoffs. But realistically, the Dallas Cowboys have a lot of talent. And when I look at their roster and I go, holy shit, like when you look around the offense and then even Ferguson at tight end stepped up last year, receiver positions, Michael Parsons, they even got Diggs. They even got Diggs out here balling. We can't forget Diggs, right? One of the best freaking defensive players as well. But realistically, what do these players mean to the Cowboys and why are they not moving forward? And listen, I want to tell you something. Jerry Jones said it very clear and out in the open. And he said this very, very simple about CeeDee Lamb's contract. He said, there's no reason to be in a rush. He's in no way, shape, or form in a rush to get CeeDee Lamb's contract done right now. And look, I'm not an owner of a football team. I'm not an owner of the Dallas Cowboys, so I'm not knocking that. But I'm saying, he said, there's no rush to get it done. Maybe what that means is we're going to do it. Maybe what he's saying is, look, we know we got to do it. We know we're going to get it done. It's just some money things we're going to design, and that might be the case. But all I'm saying is you start looking around the National Football League and all these players with some big-time contracts going on, guys like Deshaun Watson, guaranteed over $200 million, hasn't really even played yet for the Browns. Look, he's a good quarterback, a lot of off-the-field issues, but he's getting paid a shit ton of money. And CeeDee Lamb's like, hey, what about me? Tyreek Hill getting paid big-time money. You can go on the National Football League and look at all these quarterbacks, all these running backs, all these wide receivers getting taken care of in advance. And you're like, it's my turn. It's my turn. If the Dallas Cowboys want him, they should restructure that now and make it so, look, if you wait till the end and it's expiring, then you got to sign a massive check. I'm talking it's time to shine right now. Or you can restructure it in advance and say, look, we owe you this year. We want to keep you for the long haul. We want to get some players around you. We want to get some great offensive line that can block for your quarterback so that way you can get out there and catch some great passes. This might be an opportunity, right, for them to say, we want to make sure Dak Prescott has some time to block. So CD, we can't give you maybe this, but we can give you that, which is really high. But I'm going to build people around you and make sure that you can become a superstar because that offensive line's blocking, that tight end's there. He isn't a check down guy. They got to cover him, so it gives you some one-on-one opportunities. That's what I would do as an owner, as a head coach, as an offensive coordinator. I'd have those conversations with CeeDee Lamb and say, look, if you let me go out and find you some talent, let me find you some players, I can get out there right now and we can restructure your deal right now and let us save some money. I go to Dak Prescott and say, look, if we don't give you that much and we bring it down a little bit, it'll save us some money with Dallas Cowboys and we can go out and spend a shit ton of money on your offensive line to make sure you're protected. That left tackle, that right tackle, guys out there that are going, when those people are blitzing and running cross stunts on the D-line, you're going to be able to be there in the pocket protected. Get you a beast tight end out there, maybe a first-round pick, a big-time tight end, or a guy or some defensive players that can put you in position to get the ball on offense and say, shit, I'm in a good position right now. Let's win some football games. That might be exactly what they need to do. And I'm not an owner. I'm not saying I'm an owner, but I can tell you this right now. I know football, and I think the opportunity for them is to build around Dak Prescott or around Trey Lance. And if you're going to move forward, the quarterback position, if you're just joining us right now, smack that like button. Everybody that's in the live stream right freaking now, hit that thumbs up button right now. Run that shit up. We need everybody to come into here because we're building our live stream, our platform. We got people coming on here going to be live. We got guests coming on this platform. We have play-by-plays. We're live every day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., but we have our play-by-plays going crazy. People coming into the live stream. Even yesterday for a preseason game, week 1, it was rocking and rolling, and we're getting ready to pull your messages up on the screen here in 1 second. So look, what's the picture look like without Dak Prescott, right? What's the picture look like without Dak Prescott on roster? Here's what I will tell you. CeeDee Lamb would be the guy to step up, right? And you would sit there and you'd say, okay, who else do we need in the lineup? Who else do we need to circle around Trey Lance? Who would you put in the game? As I look around, I go, shit, if you restructure CD, restructure Michael Parsons, you got some great defensive players. What I saw from Trey Lance yesterday, without even having the starters on the field, was like, this guy is a playmaker. This guy goes back, looks around, goes through his reads, and the guy's pretty calm. For his first game to get out there this season, preseason, gets out there, steps up, here's the progression. Bang, he goes to offensive line. He's looking around. He's checking the safeties. I'm going to give you guys a quick little synopsis right now so you kind of guys know what's going on right now. He steps up to the line of scrimmage. He looks around, looks at the safeties. He's looking at the corners. He's looking around to see where they're positioned. what they saw on game tape to see what they're doing. He starts checking there in a run play. They can flip to the other side. If they're in a pass play, you might want to check it to a run play. So some of these things are starting to happen. And when he gets up there, he goes back. If the play doesn't work out, he's going through his progression. He makes the guy miss. He gets his feet back set again. I watch him. He doesn't just get rattled and start running right away. This is what I liked of what he did. He went back. He did the play action. Boom, he made a guy miss or he got hit, breaks it. He goes back to his reads real quick to see if he can hit somebody, and then he runs. A lot of new talent gets back there, including myself. I was playing football. Bang, I get hit. I got to start moving right now. You might want to take off. If you got the speed like Trey Lance, you want to break that containment. You want to start running for a first down. But in the National Football League, if you break that containment and you get your feet set again, that gives your receivers more time, right? More time out there to make plays and get wide open, and you can hit a guy for a 30-yard pass, 40-yard pass, or whatever. Make some plays, get that first down. You don't got to get hit. So, look, I like what Trey Lance can bring to the table. I think the picture looks pretty bright, even without Dak Prescott. And, again, I'm not knocking Dak Prescott. I'm not trying to move past Dak Prescott. But when I look at, the conversation a little bit, is Jerry Jones starting to say, look, I love you, Dak. It might be time, right? It might be time. And I got the schedule here lined up to pull up for you guys at the bottom of the screen there. Got the Browns, the Saints, the Ravens, the Giants, the Steelers, the Lions, Eagles, 49ers, Falcons, Eagles again. Eagles again. Then you got the Texans, Washington. Then you got the Giants again, Bengals, Panthers, Bucks, Eagles again, and then Washington again. So when I look at that whole situation and I start saying, hey, there's some tough teams on there, but I also think the Cowboys, they got some opportunities this year, right? Like they got some players this year. Who's coming into the live stream right now? Let me check on some new faces coming in here. Gerard, what's going on? Hey, listen, save those messages. Right now, I'm getting ready to pull it up. This is part of the show where I pull up your messages on the screen. So if you're on here right now, give me 1 second. Here's Cowboys Stadium, right? Cowboys Stadium right there. And when those fans, they show up, here's the inside the stadium here. But when they show up, they get it rocking and rolling. And right here is the other picture again you can pull up of that schedule right there for 2024 so you guys can see what's going on. But here, as we move forward in this position right here, obviously we're talking about the quarterback battle. Did Trey Lance impress them? Yes, he did. As we're talking about the quarterback battle again, let me pull up on the screen an opportunity for people to pop up on and talk to me. That's what I want to do right now. Let me see if I can get this lined up, rocking and rolling. I think I got it saved here for you guys. Let me see here. Yes, I do. Let's turn this on. There we go. Now, you guys, your messages right now, if you're in the live stream, if you want to pull a message on the screen, all you need to do right now is put hashtag Cowboys or hashtag NFL and drop your message in there, and we can see it right here on the screen. I will pull it up for you guys as it connects to our live stream right now. So I should have did that earlier for you guys, and I did not, and I apologize. But now we have it up here for the comments. Let me see if I can turn this on right now. Bang, we should be rocking and rolling, and I think we actually are in the live stream right now. Put in there hashtag, yes, we got it rocking and rolling right now. Let me move forward and move it to the piece of the pie where you guys can put your messages on the screen right now. Let me see if some are coming in. I see some hashtags rolling in and some questions. So let's get those up there right now. Bang, there we go. What we got for number one here? Let me see some hashtags coming into the chat. Jeff Lee, what are we saying, Jeff? What are we saying, Jeff? Let me pull it up right here on the screen. Let me send that over here on the screen. There we go, right there, Jeff. All right, so pay Dak and CeeDee bottom line. Okay, so Jeff's saying, look, get out there right now. You got to pay Dak. You got to pay CeeDee. Jeff, you think they should pay him the money right now in the chat? How much money should they pay him? Tell me what you guys think. How much money should they pay Dak? How much money should they pay CeeDee Lamb? Drop that in there right now. I want to see what you guys think about the money. I really want to know what you guys think, how much money you should get, because paying people is a lot tougher than people think. But how much money should they pay them? And then right here, another message right here. Raj, what's going on? What do you got to say? Let's see what you think about Washington being sleeper of the league. Listen, here's what I got to tell you. First and foremost about Washington, right? Like, they're trying to work on bringing those players in there. A lot of people are like, Washington sleep. We had a guy from Nazareth back home near Lehigh Valley that went out there and was like, hey, you could do some business out there. One thing I don't like about Washington is, to me, it's the Washington Redskins for life, right? Like, I can't stand saying Washington Commanders. It's so tough for me to say Washington Commanders. It's just so hard. Right now, sleeper of the league, can they do something? What do you guys think? Can Washington bounce back and do something? Or are they going to be a sleeper? Are they going to be someone who's not going to do anything this year? Right? Like, that's a question. Are they just going to be trash this year? Or are they going to be bad? I know one thing. I would change the damn name, obviously, and I'd turn it Washington Redskins again. That's what I would say. Anybody else that's dropping some messages in here, get out there and drop it in the chat. MJ, put a hashtag in front of your message so we can get you out there rocking and rolling right now. With 57 year for 4 years guaranteed, $70 million guaranteed. So what you think right now, who do you think should get that money? Jeff, you're saying who should get $70 million? Dak? Or are you saying that CD should get that money? Like, who do you think is supposed to get that money? Let me know right now how you guys feel. And in the live stream right now, put a hashtag in front of your message so we can pull it up on the screen. That's our goal. We're talking about the quarterback battle right now. We got it right there on the screen, the quarterback battle that is going on with Dak Prescott, Trey Lance. Should they pay him the money? Who do you think should get the big money? Like, what is the situation? Jeff said Dak and CD should get paid big-time money. All right, look, at the end of the day, I'm all for paying the money, right? But what about Trey Lance? Is Trey Lance left in the dust? Does Trey Lance get traded? Do they move Trey Lance to, where does he go, right? Like, that's the other thing. People are going to be confused about that. And if you're in here right now for the first time, hit that like button, subscribe, throw the dice out in the chat right now. And if you got a message you want to pull up on the screen right now, this is the time. All you got to do is put hashtag in front of your message. If you have a question or you got something to say, put it on the screen right now, and we will drop it on the live stream right now. What we got right now, someone else got something to say. Let's see what's going on here. Here's another message coming in. And this is a conversation because Cooper Rush is out there, right, trying to get it done. Let's see what's up here. Extend Trey Lance and Cooper Rush to new contracts. So how do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about the opportunity to keep Cooper Rush, right? Like, how do you feel about, okay, we get rid of Dak and we keep Trey Lance and we keep Cooper Rush because you're going to need a backup. Like, I agree. And some people kind of forgot about Cooper Rush. When he got in the game, people were like, okay, there's Cooper Rush. And he's not a bad quarterback at all. He's not a bad quarterback at all. Is he a starting quarterback in the National Football League? Maybe, maybe not. But Trey Lance, I think it was the Trey Lance show. I think Trey Lance earned the opportunity to say, look, Dak's going, I'm the guy, and make a decision now. If anybody else has anything else to say, drop it in the chat right now. Put a hashtag in front of your message, and we will pull it up on the screen. As you know, we are talking Dak Prescott, Trey Lance, quarterback battle. This was an important conversation for many reasons after watching yesterday, seeing the talent that we witnessed from Trey Lance. And again, this was obviously a preseason game. We don't want to go crazy, right? And I'm not saying that, he's fighting for his opportunity. Dak Prescott's fighting for his opportunity to be, the starter of the team right now. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the long-term situation, right? We're talking about the long-term situation right now. That's what we're talking about. And so if they keep Dak Prescott on roster, then obviously, Trey Lance is going to be sitting there. So here we go. We got another message right here on the screen. What do we got? MJ pops into the chat. What's going on, MJW? So good to have you yesterday for the live stream as well. Personally, I think Dallas needs to get their house in order first. If McCarthy gets fired, new coach may have different vision for the offense. So some of that right now, I need to expand that offense personnel. So you think they should get rid of Mike McCarthy? You think they should just go from the top and say, look, get rid of the head coach, get rid of him, and from there, what do? Do we get rid of McCarthy? But then what do we do for the quarterback situation? Like, we get rid of McCarthy, and that could be a move, right? That could be a move. I'm not saying that's not a move. But if you get rid of McCarthy, then what happens, right? Like, what happens after you get rid of McCarthy? Because you're still going to have the problem. You're still going to have the problem with Dak Prescott and Trey Lance. Because say you get rid of McCarthy, get a new coach, they're like, okay, we got Dak, we got Trey Lance, we got Cooper Rush, and they got a concern there. They have a lot of concerns because financially, then they got CeeDee Lamb, then they got Michael Parsons. Like, the Dallas Cowboys are in a very good and very bad situation. And what I mean by that is everything is for them for the taking, right? They even have Ezekiel Elliott back, right? Diggs, I mean, when you look at the offensive line, they're pretty stacked. If they can get anybody else on roster, some offensive linemen, maybe have another tight end coming to the game, work on the defense, linebackers, how are they working out there? But there's an opportunity for the Cowboys to go far this season, is all I'm saying, right? There's an opportunity this year to go far, and if they're going to go far, then it's time to make some serious decisions. Look, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us in the morning. If it's your first time in here right now, I greatly appreciate you. MJW, so glad to have you in here. Gordo, so glad to have you in here. Everybody in the live stream right now, throw the dice in the chat if you're a part of the Mason mob. Throw the flag in the chat. And if you're not, put USA out there for our freaking wonderful country. The Olympics balling out. Obviously, that was closing out for the Olympics. Some crazy things happened. We have a lot to talk about tomorrow as we dive into it. And listen, we got a live play-by-play this Thursday. If you're watching right now, we have a live game Thursday. I believe it's the Eagles, right? I believe the Eagles game's on Thursday, and we're going to be live for Thursday Night Football. I'm going to double check. I could be wrong. But if you're an Eagles fan, you're in the live stream right now, put Fly Eagles Fly, put hashtag Eagles. We have a live stream game coming up Thursday. You guys better be ready to rock and roll. Raj, I know you're an Eagles fan out there. You better be ready because it's going to be a lot of fun. We had a lot of Eagles fans that are going to be talking about it. And this game last night, it was full of Cowboys fans. Rams fans were rocking and rolling in the live stream. We had over 360 people in the chat, but we had over 13,000 views on the live stream. I greatly appreciate you guys. I'm getting ready to sign off for today. But listen, as we get ready to do so, remember, guys, when I sign off right now, let it upload. I'm going to sign off. You're going to see the exit screen with the Brandon Mason Show live screen. Let it sit there for about 5 seconds. It's going to go off. Let it reload. Refresh your screen. Leave a message on this platform. The best message will be spinning the wheel. We'll be spinning the wheel for the play-by-play right away. So right now, I'm getting ready to sign off. Andrew, so glad you popped in here toward the end of the show. We're getting ready to sign off right now. Everybody, let it go through, refresh your screen, and leave a message on this video. The best message that shows up will get a chance to spin the wheel on the play-by-play on Thursday night's game. I'm getting ready to sign off right now. I appreciate you guys. Have a lot of fun. We're signing off for the show today. You guys have been great. I look forward to spending time with you guys. Monday through Friday, we are live on this platform. Monday through Friday in the mornings at 10 a.m. Before our play-by-plays, it gets crazy fun on Thursday. Tomorrow, we're here at 9:55. Be here for the show early. Don't come late. Be here early. And on Thursday, live for the play-by-play action. We're ready to rock and roll for the Eagles game. I will see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your Monday. Be safe. Have fun. Until next time.